We are live. Hey,
Hey,
Reggie Kearney.
what's up, Tony? Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Real World News uh, Facebook Live show. I guess that's what we can call it. We're a live show. But tonight we want to take time to talk about the Mueller report. And the show's entitled Mueller Report: Obstruction of the Truth. And as we know, Mueller was on the game working this thing out since May 2017. And, a lot of stuff was said, a lot of accusations were made, a lot of theories were out there. But at the end of the day, there was nothing. So kind of sad. It was nothing,
Wasn't it the biggest? It's the biggest letdown.
Yeah, definitely. But look, before we get started, I want to give a shout out to Nipsey's family, and pray for his family. When I heard about that, when I got a letter on my phone on Sunday that he had been, that was Sunday when he was shot. Yeah, he had been shot. I just say, here goes another senseless killing, over what?
We gotta wake up.
Disrespect to you, I mean,
we've really got to wake up.
Yeah, we have. I mean, and when you see something like this happen, that's when you sometimes, and I remember I'm saying sometimes, don't hold me to it, you kind of almost agree with the NRA when it says, why stiffen the gun laws? Because people are going to find guns, and guns are what kill people. But we do need to have some common sense gun laws, but how do you get them from the criminals? Guys who are going to use them anyway, who are going to get them anyway. A wasted life at 33 years old, still had a lot to offer the world. Now he's gone because some dude gets all upset because he felt disrespected. Come on now, Lord have mercy.
I don't get it.
We felt disrespected. We be killing everybody every day. Everybody, white, black, green, purple, yellow. You be shooting somebody every day because of disrespecting words,
And I'm glad you said that. I'm really glad that you said that, because here it is. We disrespect each other.
Yeah.
Right. But what do we do when we're disrespected by those who are of non-color?
Yeah.
When we are disrespected, not only in the streets, on our jobs, in private, wherever, we're disrespected by the white race in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I should say some of them, because I don't want to be, I don't want to put everybody in the same category.
Yeah.
But what about, taking care of some of that stuff?
Yeah, but we don't do nothing in situations like that. If a white man says something to us disrespectful, we can hold our head down and shuffle on off.
Right.
If it's black on black, it's a wall. And that's the sad part about it. And like I said, a young man is gone. A young man who got his life together, living on the streets of LA, and got himself together and was contributing to society.
Yeah, and see, and what I think strikes me more about this is, not only the fact that it is so senseless and that it is such a tragedy for a young man, especially at the age of 33 or any age, that is trying to do the right thing. I think what strikes me more is that every day, I think we hear the fact that, when someone makes it in the industry, whether it's in the music industry or just let's just say that they've came up. Okay.
Right.
They have got their shit together. They came up, and we talk about these people who don't go into their own communities and provide some sort of assistance, some sort of programs, even opening a store in their communities and uplifting those people of which they've lived around all their lives. So when you hear that there's someone who has done just that, who is making strides for their community, and then they are gunned down in such a senseless manner, you just, it burns my hide. It burns my hide. So if you don't want folks to come back to their community, then don't say you do. And when they do, stop killing them. He had a future,
Oh yeah.
And it just wasn't for him. It was for, for the people of basically every community in this world, because it wasn't just that he was affecting the California region.
Right.
He affected people all over the world.
Right.
You know, so yeah, I just had to say that. So okay, I'm down now.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, we might have to do a show again on violence in our community, you know, because
I would love that.
Yeah, we just won't get it right. We just won't get it right.
And you know, before we begin, you know, I had a conversation with one of my drivers today, and I do want to send my best wishes out to her. She's really going through it, and I know she doesn't know that I'm going to do this. She does watch the show, but I just want to tell her, keep her head up.
Right.
Everything is going to get better. And just stay in prayer, my love. Stay in prayer, because it does work. And I'll be praying for you. So I just wanted to say that, because she's pretty torn right now.
Right.
So
yeah, then getting back to this, excuse me, this report. I don't know, but you know something, I wasn't surprised. No, because I think we all expected the big bomb to come down, but it didn't come down.
Well, let's put it this way: it didn't come down when we wanted it to come down, because we still don't know what's in the report.
Right.
We still don't know, and we won't know unless William Barr decides to make it public as he's supposed to.
Yeah.
You know, I can understand redacting certain things that have to do with the grand jury. I get that, because that is supposed to remain secret or anonymous, whatever you want to call it. But not release the report as it should have been in its entirety, with the exception of redactions to the Congress. That's where I have a huge problem. So does it seem like he's hiding something to you?
Yes, because I mean, you got to look at it. I think he bought Barr in for one specific reason, was to protect him. Okay.
Well, now, we knew that.
Yeah, and I understand the part. I don't think none of them should be redacted. I don't. I think it all should be for Congress to read the whole thing. Okay.
Even without redaction?
Even without redaction. But look, this is what I would do. Now, if he was a smart man, which I don't think he is, what I would have done is made sure that the leaders of Congress and Senate were able to sit down with me and go over this, okay? At least give it to the top brass of each party in each chamber, okay? It makes it a little more transparent. Then if you want to redact stuff, then go back for the whole Congress and Senate and then give them a redacted copy. But then the leaders have the information to take back to them, okay?
Yeah.
You know? Because let me tell you, okay, Schiff made today the deadline to get the full report. Okay, nothing ain't happened yet, okay?
Nothing happened.
Then they say he's going to subpoena them. I mean, ain't nothing going to happen there either, because they're still going to take their time.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's jacked up because it's something out there, okay? And Trump knows there's something out there, you know. It's something that I'm going to tell you why he knows something is out there. During this time that this Mueller report has been going on, he kept his butt in D.C. on weekends, okay? Like he was scared to leave home. He's scared they're going to change the locks and he won't
Pick his ass up.
Yeah. Plus they got a gate man there, so the FBI would have had a hard time trying to get in there and arrest him. So as soon as the report came down, he back in his Florida resort now. Every weekend he getting out of DC.
Yeah, he's there and he's talking shit more in the media, and he's, you know.
Yeah. So I think it's something out there, but will we ever find the truth?
Right, and see, and that's why I'm not let down, because I don't know what's in it.
Yeah.
You know, and until it's released to the public, or to the American people, and released to Congress, we won't know. And that's the sad part, because nothing says that Barr has the right or should have kept this a secret and him go back through it, because how do we know anything can be changed or can't be changed?
Right.
We don't
know how long this report has been in Barr's hand either. For somebody to sit down in a couple of minutes and write a 4-page letter. Now, he said he was just going by the conclusion and the bullet points to come to his letter. But, you know, did he actually get it on that weekend before last, or did he get it before then? Because he was told 3 weeks ago it was complete.
Yeah, but it hadn't been handed down as far as we knew. It hadn't been handed down,
yeah, you know, but the whole thing had been completed, you know. So you just wonder about what's going to happen now that the report is out, you know, because what did what
matter? But because we've got the Southern District of New York, who is going to be climbing up Trump's ass as well, because those investigations have not concluded, they're not going anywhere. So how do we know that there wasn't a back end on that Mueller report because of the information that Mueller had turned over to the SDNY? How do we know that isn't happening?
Yeah, but the thing about it, anything that involves Trump and his issues as being a criminal can't be dealt with until he comes out of office. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if he comes out of office that there are warrants for his arrest, or, you know, or something. Something's going to come down. But I think even before we get to the election, I think, you know, the Attorney General of New York is going to come down with some stuff on them kids. They're going to shake that world up.
Yeah, because we've got issues regarding the campaign committee, issues of his banking practices, issues of his morality and value system when it comes to lying to banks in order to secure loans, security clearances. We've got a whole bunch of stuff that is being looked at. So even if the information in the Mueller report does not satisfy us, do you think that the American people will be satisfied with the information that comes out from the Southern District of New York?
No, I think liberal-minded people will be satisfied, but Trump's little idiotic base will not be satisfied. Okay, because for them, okay, see, you got what does Cheryl call him? What does Cheryl call him?
Little ting ting.
Yeah, little ting ting. Okay, so little ting ting going around on his victory tour, you know, feeding all this red meat to his base, and they believing it. Okay, I told you nothing happened. So now, if something all of a sudden comes out, and a lot of people feels like Adam Schiff has something, but he's just holding.
You think so?
A lot of people think that he's got a hold of something that he's just holding up his sleeve until he's ready to divulge it. Okay, so he's being pushy for some reason. Something is out there, and
that's his makeup, really.
Let me tell you something. Ting Ting's worst enemy, and he's scared of him right now, is Adam Schiff. Okay.
Yeah, I guess I can see it, but then again, I don't.
Yeah, he's kind of nervous when it comes to him. Okay, but it's a whole lot of stuff to this. Okay, look. Okay, let's go back to WikiLeaks. Okay.
Oh boy.
They got the stuff from WikiLeaks. Okay, but what Chelsea, whatever her name is, Chandler, whatever her name is, the uniform individual who's wouldn't give up no information on WikiLeaks last couple of weeks in court, and she's in jail right now. There's something there. Now, Assange would not talk to Congress. He won't give them the time of day.
Right.
Then you got Chelsea, who's locked up for not giving the courts what they want.
Not giving the courts what they want. Right.
It's something in there. Somebody knows something about something. There's a lot to this thing.
Well, of course, someone knows something about it, but I think that we were trying to figure out if Mueller was going to find that something out and be able to divulge that in his report. But then see, a lot of things that he didn't, I don't think he could have put in his report were at the state level.
Right. Well, one of the other things too you got to look at. I think Mueller, when it came to obstruction of justice, knowing that he couldn't arrest Trump, just felt like this is an area that we just got to leave alone, because you can throw it out there and push it as much as possible in the public and in the Congress and the Senate, but you'll never get a conviction because nobody's going to arrest the president. Okay.
Right.
It's going to be a cloud over their heads. Okay. Nixon saw the writing on the wall. He probably could have survived his presidency, but look what the outcome would have been if he had stayed in office with that big cloud over his head, knowing that he had told him to go in there and break into the Democratic National Committee.
I don't think he would have survived that presidency. I really honestly don't.
He would have tried, but see, it was a different time, and this is a different time. This is okay. You got two different times. I think if he had pushed the envelope hard enough, his party would have pushed him out. But I think personally, if he thought he could have survived it, he would have. Here you got a knucklehead whose party thinks he's walking on water, that he's the second coming of Jesus, and he's walking on water. They won't put the pressure on him to push him out of office. They know that. Look at the security clearances. Okay, like the lady, the whistleblower, saying her concern was people were getting security clearances that the FBI had already done said that these people can be compromised. Look at Jared Kushner. Then borrowed so much money from the Middle East. Now you don't think Russia couldn't compromise him?
Of course.
You need a key to the front door so I can get in the White House.
Well, the first clue that there was some compromise at all was when they had the meeting with the Russians in the Trump Tower.
Yeah.
That was surely a compromise there.
And look,
but nobody's saying that.
The Russians hadn't been in the White House in so long that they didn't know they had to get directions on GPS to get to the White House. That's the last time they had been to the White House. They didn't know the White House was still there. So then little Tink Tink has a meeting with his Russians with no one in there from the Americans, from the United States, from his cabinet, his people in there with him. Took a gift from a soccer ball, basketball or something. They said the Russians are so good at spying, they don't know what was in that basketball. Because the Secret Service should have had the basketball first and cut it open and make sure there was nothing in there.
I'm telling you, I do agree with you that there is something there. And I think that there is something there so crucial that is why Barr, even probably in the first page, it could have been in the title page that says, "You are now fucked." Okay. And he then immediately said, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
Let me hold on to this, Would
have done a Maura Povich. And Trump, you are guilty. You are guilty. Okay.
Exactly. So I think that there is something there. Now, how it is being delivered to us and to Congress is something different. Now, when we're going to get this information, nobody knows, because he can release portions as he wishes and as he will. I do believe that. And those portions that he is going to release are going to be non-consequential. They're not going to be something that we can say, "Oh shit, we got you." Yeah.
That report gonna have so many black marks through you won't even be able to figure it out. It'd be like doing a crossword puzzle if he redacts it. Okay. So I think he needs to give the whole report to Congress and the Senate. Now, if the Congress and the Senate decide after they read it that it needs to be released to the public, and I think we should look at our money we pay for it, then release it. If they think it's something that might affect national security, don't release it. But our representatives and our senators need to see the whole thing. Okay, they need to see the whole thing.
But Reggie, even still, that report, we know that it has something that is going to involve our national security. This whole case surrounding the Mueller report is based on national security.
But I don't think it's that much national security stuff in there. I think it's a lot of stuff that would connect. I think it would be some inroads and some information in there that connects Trump to the Russians, okay? But it wasn't probably enough proof there to say, yes, 100% there was Russian involvement, okay?
Yeah.
Putin was having a party over there that night when that report came out and said that. Okay, it's something there. We know it's something there. Anytime you have a meeting with a man behind closed doors and you tell your stenographer to give me the report right then and there, and you don't say a word about what was said in here, what I said, because she probably couldn't understand what the Russian was saying, only through a translator. Then
well,
that's
yeah,
something.
I'm sure there was an interpreter there.
Yeah. Every president who has met with someone has always allowed that report, when they met with a head of state, allowed that report to be released. Okay? Even talked about the meeting. There was no hiding. Trump, every time it comes to Russia, Trump is hiding something. Oh, I keep saying his name. Tink Tink is hiding something, okay?
Little Tink Tink.
Yeah, he's always hiding.
That's what Cheryl calls him.
Yeah. So
you know what? But wait, let me say this to Miss Cheryl, because I invited her to watch tonight's show. So I just want to tell her thank you again for taking the time out, because she was running that night. And if you watched the show last week, then you could see she was down on the floor of her limo, trying to make sure she stayed out of the sunlight, as well as trying to get a decent connection. So again, thanks, Cheryl. We just love you. We love you to pieces. And yes, we're using your term, little Tink Tink.
Yeah. And then you got Sarah, whatever her name, Huckabee.
Huckabee.
Yeah, steadily supporting the lives of the world. Okay. All right.
You know what's incredible though with her, just like with what was the other press secretary?
Lord have mercy.
Oh my God. Names are escaping me.
The little guy that's portrayed on Saturday Night
on SNL.
I can't think of his name now.
What I know,
it begins with an S. Spice. It was Sean Spicer. Yeah.
So what's incredible to me when we talk about Spicer and Huckabee Sanders is that they're the biggest freaking idiots. Because how the hell do you think you are going to get a job anywhere after your conduct in lying to millions of people, to the American people? How do you think you're going to get a job and that's okay? If
you want a publicist that would lie for you all the time, keep the lies going for you, then she's a good hire. If you want to lie, I mean, she's good at lying. I'm gonna tell you something. Trump could go tell her, God Almighty, Tink Tink could go tell her to jump off Woodrow Wilson Bridge on the Beltway here in Washington, and she would probably go jump off of it and give a report of why she did it. Okay.
He didn't tell me to jump.
No. Well, yes, he did. We heard that. No, he did not. That's false. See, the other problem you got. Then you got Fox News. Okay.
Yeah.
That they just run their own world, fake news organization. Okay. Granted, Donna Brazile went over there to and they knew they had to bring somebody in there because first of all, the Democrats won't give them no debates. So then they're trying to smooth the Democrats so they can get some debates. So they brought Donna Brazile on there. But I
was disappointed with her doing that.
Well, no, it's a two-edged sword. Okay.
It is. I mean, it's great for her career.
Yeah.
To get the inside.
But the thing about it, okay, good. She's over there. They ain't listening to her. Then every time she come on there, them little racist foxes over there probably turn off the TV. Why they let that black girl on there? No, she lying for the Democrats. We don't believe nothing shit because Tink Tink done ingrained in their head that anything other than Fox News is not the truth. Okay.
I'm still disappointed in her decision.
Yeah, well, she need the money too. Okay, so I mean, but it gives her opportunity to bring the liberal side over there. Now, whether or not they listen to her, yeah, nay, but I haven't looked at her show yet. But from what I can hear, she's been pretty middle of the road, pointing out some points on both sides. So hey,
Serious?
yeah, and
All right,
everybody
so I
says
gotta get some replays.
yeah, everybody says she's doing a pretty good job over there. But to me, Fox News is fake news because of the way they enhance the news or the way they don't tell the news correctly. Okay, they are always looking for something to make liberals look like we about to tear the country down.
Exactly.
It's a strong movement. See, one of the problems we have in there in government, especially with the conservatives in power, not in power, but in
Not right.
and showing around the country. And you see it when he places the federal judges, how he's going after these conservative judges. Some of them haven't even ever practiced before a federal court, let alone went to the circuit court or district court and held a case. They almost flunked out of law school, and ABA is telling Trump that a lot of these guys he's appointed to the bench aren't qualified for the bench.
Right.
But what Republicans are trying to do, they're trying to leave a legacy in this country, and beyond outliving us, they're trying to make this a very conservative country. Okay, so they're trying to do everything, trying to put everything in place. I love my girl Ruth Ginsburg. Okay,
Yeah.
If she can hang in there until a Democratic president comes back around, then that'd be good. But this is a problem. If they don't defeat Mitch McConnell, that ugly man who's running, who's the majority, then I can see him not allowing a Democrat person to be brought to the floor to vote on, to be a Supreme Court justice. Okay.
Well, that's a given.
You see what he did with Obama? Obama had a year in office. He wouldn't let Obama bring nobody to the floor. Nomination.
I mean, you're right. That's a given. He would not allow that.
Yeah, I can see this fool going 4 years with not a full Supreme Court because he just doesn't want to give the Democrats an opportunity. Hopefully, the plan that's being worked out in Kentucky, now they got quite a few organizations that are raising money. They just haven't found a person to run yet. They're building the PACs out there, building a campaign war chest that will allow.
In Kentucky?
Yeah, Kentucky. Yeah, they're building a campaign war chest to try to defeat him. Okay, so hopefully, the Democrats are going to pick up some seats in the next election in 2020 that might give the Senate back to the Democrats or bring it so close that they won't get a whole lot done without the help of the Democrats. So. I see change coming, but they're trying hard to make this country, the legacy for this country to be known as a conservative country. And they're doing everything. They're pulling out the stops to do it. So it's something. I think Mueller would never sit down and tell his side of the story. He probably would never write a book on what he.
I think he might have to because I understand he's going to be called to testify.
Well, I still don't think he's going to give the whole story.
Well, certain things he can't give because a lot of things will be classified.
Yeah, that's why I say he will never give the whole story. So hopefully somebody stole a copy of it and it'll be leaked out or something. That stuff always happens where somebody gets a copy of it and they leak it out. I'll see that coming soon.
Do you think that is part of the reason why Barr is sitting on that report as he is? He doesn't think that Congress will keep it close to their chest, thinking that it will be leaked?
Well, yeah, but somebody
or is it just a protection of Tink?
It's a protection. It's both. It's the possibility of being leaked, and they want to try to hold on and keep Tink.
Yvonne says she thinks that William Barr was paid off.
He probably was.
He was paid off when they confirmed him.
Yeah, William Barr's son is working for Trump in the White House as a consultant, a legal consultant. Okay, so you see how things operate in D.C.
Yeah,
You know,
with this administration, it never has operated this way.
Look, he got so many vacancies up there in the White House.
How do they get anything done?
Yeah, they're not. He doesn't go. Like they say, all he does is sit and look at TV all day long. And he's supposed to be the smartest president around. He won't even read the morning briefing from CIA.
Shit, he's crazy as hell. Because you know what? Sometimes when I'm watching MSNBC or CNN, right, and they show the live picture of the White House, I sit there and I wonder, what the hell is going on in there? What are they doing right now? Is anybody at a desk? What are they working on? You know, or is it just people running around in circles, not knowing what the hell they're doing?
He's gonna have been in bed or eating Fruit Loops, drinking milk. They said some days Tink Tink don't even come downstairs at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly. Because I think, who was it? It was CNN who had published a timeline of his day, and he did not come down until 11 o'clock. Whereas he would constantly berate Barack Obama for starting at 8 or 9, you know, but he always had his day planned out. They had him down to a T on his schedule. Trump don't get out of the bed and don't come down until 11 o'clock, but the day ends at 3. So,
but Obama might not come downstairs until 9 o'clock, but Obama was up at 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning reading the briefing. Okay.
Thank you.
They bring it up to his door, knock on the door, give it to him, and he started reading it. He knew what was going on in the world every day. So when he came downstairs, he could talk intelligently to his people. And he had all his jobs filled in the White House, okay, in the West Wing, okay?
Absolutely.
So like I said, you know, now I was looking at a news release that came out earlier today that Tink Tink was changing his tune on the public release of the Mueller report, and they're saying that President Tink Tink appeared to backpedal on Tuesday from his initial desire for Special Counsel Robert Mueller's report to be released to Congress and the public, a sharp diversion from his enthusiastic calls for the release of the highly anticipated report. He's blaming congressional Democrats for their efforts to obtain the full report. Note that one of them had opposed the public release of grand jury information for independent counsel Kenneth Starr's report on Bill Clinton, and tweeted a Fox News clip of lawyer Alan Dershowitz emphasizing that the Justice Department could keep the entire Mueller report confidential. Then what surprised me, Alan Dershowitz, okay, has turned a turncoat, okay? He used to be very liberal, now he's over on the conservative side. You know, just loving little Tink Tinks, okay?
Exactly.
Okay.
That's the part I don't understand, where these people have just decided to, you know, and I'll use your words, if you will, turncoat. What is it about Tink Tink that has people losing their freaking minds to go against whatever moral compass that they had in the past? I don't get it.
Yeah. But then, okay, Democrats can't have it both ways, okay? Then it goes on to say in the report that in 1998, Republican Jerry Naylor strongly opposed the release of the Starr report on Bill Clinton. Okay, so
he opposed it?
Yeah. So so you want the report on Tink Tink, but at the same time, you didn't want Bill Clinton's report released. I think his was like about 10,000 pages of everything that he did. You know, but, so you can't have it both ways. You either got the release. You going forward, the game got to be the same for everyone. Okay.
Yeah, all right. But how do we get to that game that it is the same for everyone? Because it's completely obvious that it's not.
Whoever's in control is always going to run the game. Okay. And that's what's happening. The Republicans have been running the game. Now, you listen today. Tink Tink said that he's not going to call no more for the Obamacare to be squashed.
He has nothing to replace said, where?
But listen, they got a new plan coming out in 2020 after they retake control of Congress. That's what he's banking on. You know, that is what he's banking on. That they're going to be back in control in 2020, and then they can do a new. You know, so he's thinking, Lord have mercy. And like Yvonne said, I thought the Dems were going to make him show his taxes. Yeah, we thought so too. We thought that's going to be the first thing that
Auntie Maxine
was going to do, but they can't. They're not going to do it. This is my thing, okay? I get up every morning, do what I got to do, and go to work, okay? Let the 2020 elections take care of this. We're so close now to the 2020 elections that Congress really should be working on some things that are going to benefit Americans, okay? Yeah, this Mueller report and what's in it is not going to benefit us, okay? It's not going to help the people who go to bed at night not having food, people who are struggling, people who need assistance. There are a lot of things that need to be done, you know, affordable housing, a lot of things need to be done in this country. Let's let the 2020 election put his butt out the White House, you know, because this is the thing. Even if you found information to impeach him, by the time you get to the impeachment and get it done, the election will already be here.
But I'm understanding that so many people are thinking that the 2020 election will find Tink Tink reelected.
Well, I'm going to tell you why he's going to get reelected. If these Democrats don't start playing Me Too movement and women in the Democratic Party, I'm going to say it like it is. They're going to divide the party, okay? Now, Biden has always been a touchy-feely type of person, okay?
I was just talking about that with my mom today.
Yeah. And now they come out now after 50 years and he kissed on the back of the head. Oh, it felt some kind of way. Now they are saying, Biden, you got to go. One person even said today, I forgot who it was, a congresswoman or someone said today that Biden needs to step aside and let a woman run. Okay.
No, see, we can't do that. We can't do that. That's not going to happen.
But like Megan said on the View this morning, if the Democrats don't start trying to tear each other down with Me Too movement and try to find out what's going on in everybody's life and trying to bring each other down, they're going to tear the Democratic Party up, and Tink Tink going to get back in office because we're not going to be able to put forth a strong contender for him.
Exactly.
Because the Democrats are just tearing each other down.
See, and I was I didn't get a chance to watch any news today. But this morning, you know, just to hear these two women come forward about Biden. And I'm thinking, now the first one says, oh, but you know, it wasn't a big deal. I'm just saying that this is the way this is the way it made me feel. I'm thinking, well, if it wasn't a big deal, if you didn't have a need to destroy someone, then why the hell are you saying anything?
Because of the Me Too movement. Now, granted, there was some validity to some of the stuff that was going on in the Me Too movement. Okay, we can't take everything away from it. Okay, but what's my problem is now we're getting all this pettiness that's taking place in the Me Too movement, and your girl out there in California, Gloria, she's taking all these cases and pushing the envelope. But the Democrats don't wake up and realize that this envelope is going to destroy the party and it's going to really mess up. It's going to be messed up. You know, it's going to be messed up. And Tink Tink go right back into the White House. But my hope is if Tink Tink got to go back in the White House, that we'll have control of the Senate. If we have control of the Senate and Congress, ain't nothing he can do for the first 2 years anyway.
We hope.
But go to Mark.
He can sign executive orders all day long. That's what he's been doing.
Yeah, and they can. But there's a provision that some things he can't sign executive orders on. Okay.
I agree.
You know, so they'll still have him in control. Okay. You know, but I just think we just past the threshold for impeachment. You know, that we got to deal with him, even if something comes out in the Mueller report that says, you know, Russia was right there on his lap. He was talking to Putin every night. We stuck with him. You know, But hey,
This
look, let
is
me tell you
not
something.
the way that government and our governmental system should work.
Mm-hmm.
This
Yeah,
is not the way it's supposed to work.
right. You
Oh,
know, yeah,
so
Kathleen
okay.
was saying, I know somebody had asked, why they thought the Democrats were going to go after his taxes. And Kathleen said, and I agree with her, that presidents aren't obligated, no one is obligated to show their
No, they
tax.
don't.
It was just a traditional thing that for some strange reason, I don't know where the tradition got started at, that they always show the tax reform. Why? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I would have to look that up and get a timeline on that. Okay. But it's just been, we so steeped in tradition that when it came to him, they were saying, well, everybody else has done it, show your tax report. Dude probably ain't filed a tax report in 20 years, okay?
No, he has. He has. It's
Yeah,
just the dirty.
jacked up.
It's filthy. That's
Yeah.
the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So it's a lot going on, Yvonne said Mueller and that AG buried the incriminating evidence. I don't think Mueller did, but I think the AG
Didn't
did.
have anything to do with it. I
Yeah, I
think
think Barr did. And look,
Barr
and
is trying to bury
yeah,
evidence.
and I really think Bob went to Mueller and said, "Look, Mueller, I don't want to embarrass you, but if you don't close this thing down soon, I'm gonna close it down."
You think so?
I think he gave him an ultimatum.
You think so?
And look, what's happening to Roger Stone? Roger Stone was the last one he got a hold of.
Yeah, but there was some connections with Roger Stone that we hadn't even gotten to yet.
Well, okay, now they're saying that prosecutions will go forward, that Roger Stone's prosecution will still go forward. I haven't heard nothing else about it.
I haven't either. You're right. I haven't either.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
It's like, yeah. Because see, Roger Stone won't gonna tell nothing anyway. Roger Stone would have gone to hell to keep his mouth closed, okay?
With his Nixon tattoo.
Yeah, because his feeling was anything he did or did say or get jail time he got, that Tink Tink was gonna pardon him. Okay.
Oh, this is such a screwed up administration. It
is.
It makes me it makes me sick.
Mm-hmm.
It really does. It just makes me sick.
Yeah. You take a president who will call out the media and call them fake news reporters like he did it in Michigan or wherever it was last Friday. Right. So there they go. Look back there, the fake news. Things like that. We have a constitution, and nothing is fake. Okay, right. The news people are given the task of reporting the news truthfully. Okay, but Tink Tink doesn't like to hear nothing that's negative about him. So if something comes out negative about him, it's fake news. If a conservative poll comes out, and Fox is doing a better job of the polling, but if another organization that's conservative comes out and showing him having 80% of the population loving him, then that's factual, okay? But if the mainstream news comes out and shows that he only has 30% of likability, then that's fake news, okay?
Oh. It
really Yvonne,
upsets me.
Yeah, Yvonne, I think enough people are sick of him to want him out of office, but this is the thing. We can't take no gasoline up there to the White House and burn it down and get him out, okay? And that's the whole thing.
Don't we wish?
Yeah.
See, I think that a lot of people want to see him out of office, but it's not congressionally feasible for it to happen. Not at this point, because now we're too late in the game. Because, like you said, we're in that conundrum of not being able to align an impeachment and then get him out, because he would be out before the impeachment or before the process had even been able to conclude. So, I just told you, why not?
And that's the whole thing. Lawrence Mitch the Witch is in office. he can block everything that comes before the Senate that might affect Tink Tink being in office. He has more control of this country than Tink Tink does. You know,
Get it?
no, Jacqueline, can't go get a 5-gallon gasoline can and go to the White House. Okay, it just don't work like that no more.
I got a lighter.
So, I mean, I'm disappointed that the Mueller report didn't drag him through the mud, But we, like you said earlier, we don't know what's in that report.
We don't
know
because everybody had been sitting on the edges of their seat since we found out in May of 2017 that there was even an investigation in the works. And everybody was like, oh my God, I can't wait till he comes out and he's going to get him and he's going to come out with some stuff. And we know that he was, in collusion with the Russians. We know that everybody was saying that. But here we are, almost 2 years, a month away from 2 years that we've been waiting. And this is what we have. But we don't know.
But this is the thing I like about the European countries and some of the countries in the Asian countries and South American countries. If a person calls for a national strike and say, look, we're going to go on a national strike and we're going to protest this thing, people show up. Okay? We don't have that kind of resolve here in our country to run people out of office. Okay? If you look at the prime minister in England is having a hard time because of Brexit. And if you look at, you got people who are protesting, who are for it, protesting against it. But look at the number of people that are showing up to protest.
Yeah.
Okay.
That part.
If we will sit here tonight and say, look, May 1st, everybody, there should be a national strike, shut down the country, shut down everything, no planes flying, no nothing doing. It's going to fall on deaf ear. But you take these other countries, when they say they're going to strike for a day, they strike for a day.
Right. You're right. You're right.
They force people out of office. Okay.
So what's
but
the
we don't have that resolve here.
But they still have a constitution that they abide. We have one here, although written millions and millions and millions of years ago, where nothing seems to hold true.
I think the problem is here in America, even with the years that the Republicans had control, even the years that the Democrats had control, that was civility. Okay. All right. When Tink Tink came in office, all civility went out the window.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you look at Charlottesville, you look at some of the other areas of the country where we've had racist acts take place, that's a byproduct of the language that came from Tink Tink. Okay.
Of course it is.
So the civility came out. You got people fighting on both sides, and you have a younger group of. Well, you do. You have a younger group of liberals now who are pushing the idea of socialism. Then you have the far right, the Tea Party, pushing in on the Republican Party. Okay, so you got that middle ground, and then you got the outer fringes of both parties trying to dictate how this country is going to shape. Okay, so civility has gone out the window. And like Kathleen said, the founding fathers warned us about a two-party system that it would divide the country. And that's what it's doing.
Exactly.
And everybody talk about a coming civil rights. I mean, a coming civil war. We are in a civil war now. The only thing is now we're not going to be pulling up stakes and running to the South to shoot everybody down in the South, or the South ain't going to be here trying to shoot everybody down in the North. It's all being played out through the ballot box and technology. You have one side that's on Fox News side and is pushing a scenario, okay? Then you have the liberal side being pushed by CNN and MSNBC, and the country is divided. Like Yvonne said, here in America, it feels like we live in Germany with a Hitler dictatorship. Well, I wouldn't say so much as a Hitler dictatorship, but we have a Tink Tink, and we have a president in office, President Tink Tink, who loves the dictators around the world, and he wants to
That's
model.
what I think. That's exactly what he wants
Yeah, yeah, he
for
wants
this
to do it.
country. That's
Yeah,
what he wants to do. Is
yeah,
he wants to turn it into a dictatorship?
yeah.
Otherwise,
But
we wouldn't see we wouldn't see the behavior that we have right now.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I don't think that would never happen. Okay, but he's going to push the envelope as much as he can. Okay. Will we ever have an all shootout where the country will be divided by states? Number no. It's going to always be played out on Fox News Network and technology, and that's what we got to realize. The Civil War is already here. Okay. It's just the people who win it are going to be the people who control the ballot box. And I tell people, Tink is so in love with the little bit of power he has now. If he loses in 2020 or 2024, whichever, you're going to have to drag him out the White House.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
He's going to sweep him down. He's going to do something to prolong his stay because he's going to swear that the votes were tampered with if he loses.
The only way that I could see anybody trying to drag his ass out of the White House in 2020 or 2024 is when they have finally come to the conclusion that he has lost his damn mind.
Yeah.
And they have actually said, okay, he's mentally unfit.
No,
but
Mitch won't do
it's going to
it.
be so crazy that will it matter at that point?
Let me tell you something. During the inauguration week, we had Kathleen, don't get mad when I say this. They had the redneck boys from down in Virginia around with their 4x4s jacked up all around, riding around the White House, riding around DC with the American flag and the Confederate flag, just showing their butts, okay? I will use another word, but I'll let you use it. They were showing their butts, okay?
Yes.
So yeah. So what I see is if you lose the election, I see the rednecks coming in here in their trucks and the Confederate flags trying to surround the White House and protect them, okay?
Oh,
they were bad. Look, that's what we want for Tink, okay? But the thing about it, he said, well, the police on my side, the police love me, the military love me. Don't count on it, okay? Don't count. This country was built on a U.S. Constitution with rights and freedoms, okay? And if you think Americans going to go for the fact that we're going to have a dictatorship, thank you, Kathleen. You think that Americans would go for a dictatorship? Oh no, we will burn America down. Yeah, so he's disillusioned. But the problem is, you got that little 37% that would die for him. Okay, them fools.
That's so freaking disgusting to me.
If women would walk around with T-shirts on saying you can grab mine with an arrow pointing down, they fools, they idiots, they're ignorant. They done bought into it.
That's so freaking disgusting.
Yeah, the first thing they said, we love him because he speaks his mind. That ain't being no president. Yeah. And then you got your brother on TV from another mother on there talking about, look, that he wanted to strike down Obamacare. Don't realize affordable care is Obamacare, okay? He said talking about Obamacare because I love my affordable care. Okay?
I cannot do this anymore. So that's what we're gonna talk about something else. Cause see, I'm starting to get a little, you know how I get.
They showed that fat boy on TV when he said that, and he was just as serious as I don't know what. He loves his Affordable Act, his Affordable Care Act health insurance bill, so they need to get rid of Obamacare. Lord have mercy. Okay, Yvonne, when you come to DC, pick you up at the airport, okay?
Oh my gosh.
I got a 25 gallon gas can and I got a 5-gallon gas can. Oh boy.
Oh my gosh. We at the end, Reggie Kearney. We're going to talk about something else next week. Because see, I'm just like, oh Mm, mm.
So this country is jacked up. This country is jacked up. So hopefully the Mueller report would it'd be some kind of bombshell in there, but we will never know.
Well, we
Bob
won't
might
know what everybody else knows in Congress.
Yeah, Bob probably back in the back room with somebody on the computer retyping the whole thing over again. Okay,
Like this.
put that back there, put that out, put that there. Okay?
Yeah, like the evil scientist.
Take that out. No, take that sentence out. And then change this word to this word right here, and change this sentence. And then he said, "Okay, y'all can have the whole thing." Okay, this country is jacked up. Okay, it's sad. It's sad. Really so much focus is being put on the Mueller report and Tink Tink's administration that Congress cannot get down to the real work of trying to pass some bipartisan legislation that would take care of the needs of the Americans. Okay,
I agree.
All right. The Democrats need to change these tax laws. They need to push back on these tax laws. They need to push back on a lot of things. We need to get this immigration piece taken care of. Okay, building walls and all this kind of stuff is not going to take care of the immigration piece. We need some meaningful legislation that will take care of the issues of immigration in this country.
Meaningful legislation and gun laws.
Those are the things we need to be working on. And I think the Mueller report and anticipation of that and the actions of the president have really undermined what this country really needs. Too much focus is being paid on stuff, attention being given to stuff that we really need to move past. Okay.
And again, that might be a part of the plan, is to take our focus off the real
And that's
issue.
what look. We too far gone. We're now in election season. Okay. Let Tink Tink stay in the White House. Okay. Let's move on to getting some stuff done that's going to take care of some legislation. When you listen to Reverend Barber preach, he's telling the truth. We need to take care of the people in this country now. They're suffering.
We really do.
We really need to take care. I would love to have him on the show one. He might be an easy get too. To get Reverend Barber to spend some time with us one night.
I still haven't heard back from Alexandria's people.
Well, keep pushing on.
Yeah, I really want to get her on.
Yeah, so, keep pushing on. And like I said,
I caught her on MSNBC.
Mm-hmm.
She interviewed, what was that, last Thursday, I think it was.
Yeah.
Almost a town hall setting with Chris Hayes. Mm-hmm. Really good. So if you get a chance, check it out. Look it up on YouTube.
So
really good interview.
So we need to do some things. Like I said, it'd be good for us to get Reverend Barber on here one night too. Just sit down and pick his brains, give him a platform.
Let me write it down.
I think if we could get Reverend Barber on here one night and push it for about a week before he gets on here, we'd be surprised at the numbers. A lot of people will tune in because the man is the second coming of Martin Luther King, Dr. Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
Okay. He speaks truth, and that's what they don't want to hear. They don't want to hear that stuff he's preaching now, but he's preaching the truth.
All right, let me reach out to him, his people, see what we can come up with.
Yeah. So we really need to start reaching it. I like to see us too do some shows with, if possible, some of the candidates. I mean, we small, but you trying to get your
you're trying to reach the people, so you got to come where the people are.
Yeah, like Kathleen says, it's a country for the people, by the people. So
yes, absolutely.
I mean, you don't know. You get out of 200-300 people, they go tell 200 or 300 more people. They tell 200-300. You get the word out there.
Yeah,
get your platform out there. So we really got to start looking at this so we can help our listeners and viewers make informed decisions about our next president. Okay, and we really got to play a part in it. Okay. We really got to play a part in it, I mean, we're a little small thing, but I thank God for the individuals, the people who view us live and who go back and look at the show afterwards, and and I really appreciate it, and we want our fans, to get the best news that they can.
Yeah, but see, the difference is between us and mainstream is that I think we keep it real.
Yeah.
We're going to tell the truth. We're going to
Yeah.
give you the best of our opinion, the best of
Yeah.
ourselves, without all the, the bells and the whistles. We just give it to you raw. And that's the difference. And that's why people tune in. So, I truly appreciate it.
Yeah.
Truly appreciate it.
So before we go out again, Nipsey's family, we're praying for you guys, our hearts go out to you, our prayers go out to you. We got to stop it. Somehow we got to figure it out. We got to figure it out. Yeah.
Couldn't agree more. Could not agree more. Yeah. So we have reached the end. So I guess I'll close us out. I've been watching the Chipmunks this weekend with my grandbaby. So I've been doing the.
Well, no, get the Shark song. Okay, have you heard the Shark song?
No. Sing it.
I can't. I don't forget. I heard it so much when I was with my granddaughter. The Shark song. Something like the Grandpa Shark, Grandma Shark, Daddy Shark, Brother Shark, Sister Shark. It's just a song that plays continually, and every little kid loves the Shark song.
Okay, I gotta look for the Shark song.
Yeah, bring it up on. Let me see. Can I find it real quick? I know I can. The Shark song.
Oh, I'm writing it down. Shark song.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miss Kennedy is she is obsessed with the Chipmunks, and she's only 7 months. She sat and watched a whole movie with me. So I'll figure out the Shark song.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna let you.
Serious?
You hear that?
They know the song.
Baby shark, baby shark, mama shark, mama shark,
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding.
So
and my
now
granddaughter,
I need to figure out Kathleen and Al on why you know that song.
every toddler, every 1, 2, 3, and 4-year-old kid in America knows that song. That's all they play and sing. When I was in Houston the other week with my granddaughter, that's all she sung. This how good she is at it. She took her mother's cell phone, swiped through it till she saw YouTube. And she's 2 years old now. Hit YouTube, swiped back through it again, looking at it till she saw the shark face, and swiped it on and started playing it.
No.
That's it. The Shark song.
At 2?
That's a phenom going through the country now. The Shark song.
All right.
So
I don't
you want
know about that. I'll have to get it from Miss Kennedy.
If you're gonna be an effective grandmother, you gotta know all that stuff, okay?
I'm still hung up on the Chipmunks myself.
Well, no, it's the Shark song. Now, Chipmunks is gone. That's played out. It's a Shark
song. That's old school.
Yeah, that's old school.
All right, I'll get the Shark song for my bed. I sure will. Yeah. All right. So you have been tuned in to Real World News TV with Reggie Kearney and me, Miss Tony Breedlove. Mr. Derek Terry was out, and I was sitting in for Sherry Ann Tappan. So we do wish them well. Happy anniversary, Mr. Terry, to you and your lovely wife. Many, many more for you. Make sure that you come on back here every Tuesday night right here on Real World News TV with Reggie Kearney, Derek Terry, and maybe me. I'll figure it out. Every Tuesday night, you can catch us here on Real World News TV on Facebook. Make sure that you follow us right here on Facebook so that you get the information for the shows. We also invite you to visit our website at hottopicstalkradio.com, as well as YouTube under Hot Topics Talk Radio Network. There you can catch up on all of the shows. So we invite you to do that. Oh boy. So until then, we will see you back here next week on Tuesday. But before we go, I do want to invite you to join me, Tony Breedlove, Yvonne Baker, and Chris Smith tomorrow night on Hot Topics Talk Radio. The show starts at 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific, 10 o'clock Central, and 11 o'clock on the East Coast. Tomorrow night, we are talking about the issues of parents who feel that it is the child's responsibility to stay in touch. You know how some of these parents think, why is the child calling me? I don't have to call them. So that's what we're talking about tonight. So I do want to thank Brandon Smith for bringing that topic to the table for us tomorrow night. So again, thank you for tuning in to Real World News TV. We will see you back here next week on Tuesday. The show always starts at 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 7:30 Central, and 8:30 on the East Coast. You guys have been great, and thank you for your continued support. We're out of here.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. No shark song. Real World News TV, you are clear. Thanks again, everybody, for your support, and thanks for always tuning in right here on Facebook under Real World News TV. Good night.